Hello, everyone. I see two people already waiting. I missed you guys so much. I realized I haven't gone live since May. And I just miss the connection so much. So I thought that the full moon was the perfect time to come on here and reconnect with you guys. I've got my music on. It's been a massive day of downloading just waves and waves and waves of light. Hi, Shell 429. How are you? I have been releasing so much in this Mars retrograde, as everyone has been, and as we've meant to be. One of the first messages, before I forget, one of the first messages that I was getting was to not pay attention to appearances. I've been working all day long. I had a couple of clients today. I've been channeling, I've been downloading stuff, I've been connecting with the Legion of Light, and I knew I wanted to go live. And so I went into the bathroom real quick and just like tried to touch myself up. And that's when I heard it. It was pay attention. Don't pay attention to appearances. So it's not just about me. Don't pay attention to my appearance, but please don't pay attention to my appearance. But around us in the world, around us right now, don't pay attention to appearances. Things are not all that they seem, which is a good thing. And it's the truth coming to light kind of thing too. Don't pay attention to the things that are bothering you right now in the world. And I've seen a lot of things on social media today about people just in an upheaval about the debate the other night. And I did not watch it. I will not get into that with you guys. But the energy that I felt from people was just such disdain. And I cannot believe that this is the state of the world. And these are our choices and these are our options. And pay no attention to appearances, believe me. They are being guided. We are being guided to our highest and greatest good, believe me. So that was the first thing that they wanted to say. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Maggie. Hi, Asha. Alyssa, I'm so glad to see all of you guys. I'm so happy to connect with you. All of these familiar names. Divine and Sacred Soul Healing. Hi. I haven't met you before, I don't think. I know that I've seen your picture before, though. So I know I've commented. I feel like I maybe pulled some cards for you, too. Romeo's here to say hello. I've been sending some Reiki ahead of time, too. Oh, right. Kaz from Australia. So I have a friend that lives in Australia, too, my friend Molly. And she used to call me Kaz, too. Apparently, that's what they call Karen in Australia. Hi, Crystal. Let me focus. It's so hard when you guys all come in here. I just want to breathe you and drink you all in. I've been sending some Reiki energy ahead of time just for healing, to set the space, to set the container. You guys can absorb it. I don't want this to be a deeply, deeply healing kind of densely packed. Everybody has been in very, very dense shedding energies in the last 2 months, really, ever since the beginning of Mars retrograde, even just before that. And I want this to be uplifting. I want you guys to understand how powerful and light and joyful the energy is right now. We have been weighed down by so much distorted masculine energies coming to the surface to be cleared from our past, from our subconscious, from the past of people around us, as within, so without. The earth has been purging all kinds of distorted masculine energies. And tonight, what it is I just want us to sit and honor the feminine, our intuition, our flow, our emotion, it's the full moon too. And you always tap into flow, feminine flow. Not literally though, some of you, I'm sure that it's literally, if you are aligned with the energy of the full moon. But this is an uplifting time. This is a very uplifting time. There are a lot of things that are going to be coming to light. And it feels as though, how could this possibly be an uplifting time? We have some very dense energies coming in the next couple of months too, like tower moment after tower moment after tower moment. How can I possibly say 444 on the time on my live? How can I possibly say that there would be uplifting energies right now? There just are. They are under the surface. They are underneath of all of those denser energies. If we can learn how to tap into our psychic senses, that is the one thing that they've really been stressing more than anything. Tapping into our psychic senses is going to help us to read the energy underneath of the appearances, understand that everything is being guided right now. We are being guided. That 444 on that time is all about the higher light beings guiding all of this, guiding all of us, guiding us to look into our past, into our subconscious energies, to release things in order to ascend, in order to come into very high vibrational light. The veil is very thin right now, and it's the perfect time for us to be releasing things because we can reach back through so many more dimensions than we are normally ever able to, because the veil is so thin. So these things that we're releasing, these subconscious energies that are coming up, distorted masculine energies within us that are coming up to be released, we are releasing them on this timeline, that lifetime. We are reaching through many dimensions to clear these on a whole new level. So, number one, buckle up. Number two, it's going to be a fun ride. I mean, this is like what we've been waiting for. That's what they're telling me. That's what I've been hearing. This is what we've been waiting for, to be able to really be launched. In one of my last videos, I had said something about something holding us back, the energy of the past, something from the past, something from many past dimensions holding us back. And we're so close to being launched, that rubber band being pulled back. We're so close to letting that go, to seeing what that is. We are on the cusp of that right now. This full moon energy, harness it, grab onto it. And like, I can see us like lassoing ourselves around it. And I heard something the other day about using the gravitational pull of planets in order to launch ourselves. That's something that, we have harnessed in space travel and stuff like that. We are space beings. We are spacey earth beings. We're star seeds. And so we're using the gravitational pull of the moon in order to launch us. That's the image that they're showing me right now. So buckle up and really enjoy the ride. Really start to open your eyes and start enjoying the ride. There's been so much really, really heavy, very, very lonely energy. Starseeds have been having such a hard time with this lack of human connection, this lack of physical connection. And it has activated the remembrance of home in the stars, the remembrance of where we came from. And this earth is feeling so lonely. Light workers are absorbing the energy of loneliness of the world around us. And we are meant to transmute that energy. But because so many people are in such heavy, dense fear energy, it's so hard for us to maintain that. We're not reaching out to each other enough. We're not depending on our star seed soul sisters and brothers to help us out enough to be transmuting all of that together. It's time to come back together with our soul family, with our starseed family, and reach out and ask for help in order to help transmute these things. So many more people are coming online and awakening at this time because of the emergence of even more distorted masculine energy and even more fear programming out there. It's activating more and more awakenings to combat those energies out there. The people who are newly awakened are having a hard time navigating that. We can feel that energy. And light workers who have been holding this space, who carry whose role it is to hold the light, we are having a hard time holding that light because we're forgetting yes, hi, Romeo says hello. He's here to calm me down. He thinks that I'm getting all worked up, and I am, but I'm okay. The people who we're forgetting that the way that we carve the way that we are way showers, it's like they always show me a V the way geese fly in a V, which is perfect this time of year because I always hear them outside too. Or they're just like constantly, they're starting to migrate now. But flying in that V, the bird, the goose in the front is the one who is carving the way, really, the airstream, and the ones behind him are they have a lighter load than he does. But if you notice, they always take turns. The person in the front, the bird in the front, they switch positions. When he starts to get tired, another one who is not as depleted comes up to the front and takes the lead. And they're constantly shifting around like that in order to continue that stream, in order to continue holding that space. That's what we need to be doing as light workers. And if you are, it's very, very, very lonely here at the front. It is when you're carving the way, it's very lonely up there. We have to remember that sometimes we have to take a break from that and allow other people to shift into that lead role, to shift into carving that way for us, with us, all of us together as one. That's how it happens. And for some reason, they're just like, we have not been reaching out enough as light workers, as healers. Those of you who actively do light work, you are not reaching out to fellow light workers and healers and people in the collective that are there to support you, not reaching out enough for that help, needing to hold our own, needing to like prove something to ourselves. And that's a lot of where this loneliness energy comes from. Okay. So it's time to start reaching out. I have been one of those people, and some of my clients in the last couple of days have really shown that to me, and they almost have done readings for me and given me messages. One of them today just booked a session and just had messages for me. She's like, I'm not quite sure. There's other things that she's working on, obviously, but she's not quite sure what else, why she did the session. And I know why. It was a lot of energy for me. And I'm so grateful. I am so appreciative for those people that come to me and say, hey, you need help. I need to help you. I was sent to help you. You don't even realize it. I'm so grateful for you guys. I have separated myself from the pack, I hear, the collective, a little bit in this shadow journey that I've been going through slowly, more and more over the last year. And it has become more, I interact with so many clients on a one-to-one basis, but I have pulled back a little bit from the collective of people and journeyers that I connected with here on YouTube. And they're showing, all of it had a purpose, but they're showing me the way back again, and coming back after, gosh, months and months of not having been on here with you guys is the start of all of that. So I'm hoping that that's the start of the momentum. There's a lot that we're releasing in this full moon to be able to, that I'm releasing in this full moon to be able to continue that momentum. So I haven't been obviously keeping up with these comments, but I'm so happy for all of you guys to be here. Everybody go ahead and click like right now so that we don't forget. If you end up not liking the video or not liking the live, you can go back and unclick like at the end if you want to. That really helps me. Soul Sister, hi. Asha, hi. Epiphany Noel, I'm so glad to see you. I don't know if any of my moderators are going to be on here. I didn't plan ahead of time to come on, like I never do. I just fly by the seat of my pants. Alexa, turn it up. I had her on at some point. She went off. There's no music messages. There's always music messages. Alexa, resume play. She's got nothing to say. Nothing. Okay, she's holding space right now because there are some affirmations that I used to do that they gave me again today. I have been channeling Mary Magdalene, Jesus, and the Legion of Light. I've channeled Mary Magdalene before and Jesus before and their energies, but I am tapped into a collective of beings that have been describing themselves to me that I have never really connected in with before. And they have very powerful, very, very loud messages for today, very rainbow messages. So everything that's coming through right now are codes and activations from that legion in order to activate you guys to whatever it is you need to be activated to right now. Okay. Hi, Brooke. Hi, I'm so excited to see you too. Thank you for being here. So anyway, I don't know if I have any moderators in here right now. If anybody's willing to be a moderator, just let me know and I'll tag you on there. Just keep track of the comments and make sure that we hold a certain level of light in the space and that it is a sacred container for everybody that's here. Connie, I usually warn people ahead of time. I don't usually have the one called ALEXA here in my office. I usually have the Echo, the one that is activated with Echo, but today it's the Alexa one, so I'm sorry about that. Alexa, turn on classic rock station. She may want to dismantle her now because I'm going to be talking to her a lot. Alexa, turn it down. Alexa, pause. Okay. Hi, Erin. First, what I want you guys to do is just take a deep breath. We're going to say a couple of affirmations. There's been major solar plexus purging the last couple of weeks, especially the last week. And the things that have been removed, these are the things that need to replace the things that were removed. Okay. So I want you to just take a deep breath. Imagine breathing in the light of the universe around you and exhaling any debris, anything that no longer serves you. Breathe in the light of the universe and breathe out anything that no longer serves you. Breathe in the light of the divine. And breathe out any densities, anything that holds you back. If you're able to right now, out loud, I want you to repeat these things after me, okay? It's important to, and if you can't, come back later. Hi, Rel. Hey, girl, hey. If you can't repeat them now, if you can't say them out loud now, come back to this later and say them out loud later. There's a lot. I've been back into the Sophia code again, and Hathor is present, and activating your throat chakras. The intentions that you set, the words that you say, the things that you are bringing from here through here are then existing. You are creating them. You are creating that being, that part of you, that light part of you. You are creating it with sound. So it's important to say them out loud so that they then exist in your realm and you are those energies. Okay? I am here now. I am whole. I am holy. I am held. I am perfect. I am loved. I am love. I am limitless. I am all that is. And I'm fucking divine. Alexa, resume play. So I pulled a couple of cards ahead of time before I came on here. Alexa, turn it down. Let me know if you can hear that. If you guys can hear that, I can't have it loud. I need to turn it down. Full moon energy. Acceptance is the first one that came out. Whoa, look at how that light is lit up. Does that look as lit up to you guys on your screen? That's like powerful. Connectivity. Look at the connectivity between them. Accepting each other. Accepting those people out there as our own. The ones that we feel are against us, or the ones living in fear, or the ones in a lower vibration, a lower consciousness than us, accepting them as one of us. They are one of us. We are all one. We are all connected in that way. And we just have to accept them and love them where they are and not push them, not force our opinions on them, not force our way of seeing things on them. We don't need to convince them in order to validate ourselves. The way that we see things is the way that we see things. That's our truth. That is our truth. And nothing that they can say or not say changes that truth for us. It just is as it is. Okay? There's acceptance in the unexpected. Accept that there are so many things. Look at the way that's lit up too. Ooh, that is portal energy right there. We have no idea. These are unprecedented times. We have no idea what's coming. But I'm telling you, it's fucking beautiful. That's what it is. It is heaven on earth. And we have no idea what to expect. When we have no idea what to expect in the process of that happening, but we know that it is beautiful. We just have to be along for the ride, and we have to accept everything that comes our way. We have to accept the good and the bad, because it is all headed towards heaven on earth. That's what we're anchoring. It's the unexpected is what we have been gearing up for. This whole year has all been about adjusting our systems, adjusting ourselves to the unexpected. We are meant to expect it and accept it. That's the way that it is, and it's beautiful. It's we can transmute those things, and we can accept things at a much faster pace than a lot of other people out there. Okay, that's what we're meant for. That's our role. There's something about this orb that's here too. It's expect connections with galactic beings. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. If you guys are not connected with your spaciness, which I wasn't for a long time, it's time to get connected with that. They are contacting you, your star beings, your star seeds, your star of origin, your people are trying to contact you right now. And so if you, especially now, this time of year when the veil is very thin, solar plexus purging, there are energies that are contacting you, that are in your realm, that you are meant to be sensing. And tapping into your psychic senses is really going to help you to download the codes that you need to communicate with them, to communicate with them on a much higher level. That's what I'm hearing. It's important to start connecting with our galactic families again. Okay. Pleiadians, yes. Brooke said the Pleiadians have been coming in strong the last month. Me too. Me too. And if you guys have been, so they come in different ways. They appear to you in different ways. And you can see that this orb is very, very blue. The Pleiadians show up to me as blue. Sometimes I just see blue, or now I'm noticing all the blue that's around me right now. Sometimes that's how they show up to you. They show up through your senses. And one of your senses, that clairvoyance, is tapped into the energy of color rays. You know, I always say that I speak the language of colors. Well, those colors are speaking to me in a way that is, light beings. They are light beings. And so they can speak to you through light and color. Color is light. So pay attention in that way. Sometimes, there's a lot of green in this picture too that I'm seeing. I just love the way these cards are lit up right now. Ooh, I love that. For some reason, I got to get it. There's something about that flow, and the butterfly is coming off of it. There is serious connectivity happening again right now. They're really urging us to connect back with our galactic sources, but with each other also. It's so important to now reestablish connections. Come out of hermit mode. It's time to come out of hermit mode with each other and establish these light worker connections, circles, women's circles. That's what they're showing me from this too, because what's coming, we are gearing up for. Not to scare you, because it doesn't need to be a scary thing, because we're protected, because our united force, our union is a protective force. I posted a reading. This is Mary Magdalene again. I posted a reading, and a lot of you guys already know about it, channeled from Mary Magdalene sometime last year. I think it was in the spring of last year, where I was talking about the first wave of unions. And the first wave of unions, if you resonate with the twin flame journey, the first wave of unions is not what you expected it to be. It is a wave of of divine feminine soul sisters coming together, uniting together. And that's the energy that I feel on this card right now. It feels like that video was seeds planted for right now to join you guys back together. Those of you that were connected through that video or connected in with me during that video, you guys are coming into union with your soul sisters right now, with your divine feminine soul sisters. Those divine feminine soul sisters are also your ascended masters, the divine feminine ascended masters, the divine feminine Christ ascended masters. If you guys don't have the Sophia code, go and get the Sophia code, because there are dormant codes in genomes of divine feminine Christ energy within your DNA, just waiting to be activated. They are wanting to activate you now. And this book is full of activations, initiations, and there's another word that they're trying to give me. I don't know why, because those pretty much cover all of it. To activate your remembrance, the remembrance of their genomes in your DNA. You are them. I'm channeling Mary Magdalene. The reason that you can feel her so strongly is because I have her in my DNA, which essentially means I am her bloodline. I am her. I am her energy. It's been activated within me, along with many other ones in there too. Hathor especially is coming forward for a lot of you. It's about the activation of your throat chakra, the freeing of your throat chakra. There's something in there that I was reading today about the blue ray. Obviously your throat chakra is represented by the blue ray. So if the Pleiadians are showing up to you as a ray of blue, or showing up as the color blue, or whatever light beings it is for you, they're activating your throat chakra. There's something for you to say. There's something important for you to say. It's like they're whispering it in your ear. Okay. Surrender. Surrender. I love the way that his face is lit up like that too. And I am just noticing that I said his face, and I didn't even really look at it closely. It's a woman, but I said his face because in here it looked like a man. It looked like a monk or something. There's a reason that I said his, because we are surrendering to, it's like he is surrendering to divine feminine energy, the divine masculine. So much distortion has been purged from the earth that this is a time of, especially in this next moon cycle, this is a time of the masculine surrendering to the feminine. As within, so without. So the masculine energy in your connection, in your divine connection, there are going to be ways that he starts surrendering to his emotions, his intuition, his guidance, whether that is to you directly or just allowing himself to access more of his emotions. That's happening right now. And when I say he, I also mean you. So as within, so without, as he surrenders to the divine feminine energy, you then surrender to your intuition, your guidance, to trusting yourself, to allowing yourself to be guided by your knowing, your senses, your psychic senses. They are leading everything right now. We are tapping back into the energy grid, the energy of everything around us, the fact that everything is energy, and we interact with that energy without speaking, without having to do. We just are it. I can feel right now, I can feel Romeo sitting over here on my desk. Not just because I know that he's there, but I can feel the energy of him there. That is the energetic exchange between my energy body and his energy body, and this desk and that book, and you guys out there. I can feel your energy too. We're tapping back into and resensitizing ourselves to the power of our senses. not just the physical senses, but also the physical senses, not just those, the ones that reside in the unseen energy. We are being guided by the unseen. Pay no attention to the appearances, pay attention to what's under them. That's what we're tapping back into. I talked a lot about this in my workshop that I did last weekend and the 2 workshops I did before that too. It was a card reading, energy reading workshop. It was very powerful experiences, and it's all about tapping back into the senses. The Legion of Light today has been telling me how that is the most important thing for us to be focusing on, resensitizing ourselves to, and really tapping into our superpowers as empaths. That's our job right now. That is our role on this earth, and it is how we raise the vibration of the planet. It's how we raise our own personal vibrations. When we take away everything that muddies and distorts and suppresses the energy that we feel around us. Okay? It's very important for that right now. 555 on the clock. Epiphany Noel said, I just saw 555 on the clock a little bit ago too. It is 7:01 right now. 7:01 on the clock right now. But it was 555 just a little bit ago when I was channeling all of this stuff with Lloyd. I don't know if he's here or not. He is fishing in England and Avalon and downloading all of his own stuff right now too. But yeah, I saw 555. I also saw 505. So I was channeling all of this right at the moment when the moon was at its fullest. It was at 505 on the East Coast. I'm in Maryland, so you know that's the time that it was full for me, which is so significant. The number 5 is all about change. It's all about change. Massive changes happening now within our systems, within our light bodies. There are big things changing right now. And we need to roll with the changes, roll with the punches. I just heard. Let me listen to the music real quick. Alexa, turn it up. It's Led Zeppelin. Blue orbs in your photos, yes. Asha said. Rel said, I've been very hermit for a while now, with spirit definitely feeling the comeback now. Yes, and I feel you coming back already. I've seen your post. If you guys are not members of the Hawk's Nest over on Facebook, go over there and join this amazing, amazing, supportive, loving group of light workers who are there to hold the space for each other. And it's another one of those connective kind of circles. We are a big circle of people who just support and love each other. That's really all it is. It's like one big fucking love fest in there. It's so amazing. But the intentions that I set on that group and the way that it is set up energetically is just such a supportive, loving, connective, feminine place. Masculine too, but with the feminine energy of emotion and flow and water and elements. And go over there and join if you aren't already. I know a lot of you guys are already. Oh, she said she slept last night with a blue crystal on her throat. That is a really great way to... It's a really great way to open up your throat chakra energetically, especially with the element of earth. Some of you, it's about water. A lot has been coming up about water lately too. There are codes in the water. That's what I keep hearing. Whales have been coming up for me a lot lately too. Whales are the code keepers. They are ancestors. They carry ancient knowledge and they disperse it through the water. And then when they surface, they blow the water out the top into the air. They're blowing codes into the air. The water beings are trying to disperse that right now because the feminine energy is being anchored onto the earth. We are 2/3 water. We are made of water. We are those codes. So essentially we have those codes within us too. We need to start activating them by channeling the element of water. If you guys need help doing that, if you need help figuring that out, book a session with me. All of my information is down in the box below. I also wanted to tell you guys too, thank you so much for your donations. I live off of them. You guys support me so much, and I'm so, so, so grateful for them. Somebody also sent me something from my Amazon wish list the other day. I haven't even opened it yet. I might open it tonight. But this Alice in Wonderland Oracle deck that I've been eyeing up, it's been sitting on there for a while. Who was that sent that to me? Oh, Misty Jamie. Thank you so much for that. I'm going to open it up and probably pull a couple of those if I can tonight. If you guys are wanting to make a donation to my channel, to the readings that I post on here, go to the link is in the box below. You can post a donation during this live. Also, the super chat is enabled down at the bottom. You just click on that money sign. And if you want to, if you guys post a donation on there, I'll pull a card for you too. It also helps too. It gets your comment notice. It takes it to the top of it. And I asked you guys if anybody wanted to be a moderator, but then I didn't look for the answer on there. So if anybody is able to be a moderator, let me know and I'll add you on there. Oh, I love you guys. I'm just going to scroll back through this real quick, okay? I always go back and I read all of these comments too afterwards. Once I get into a channel, it's so hard for me to be distracted by everybody's energy right here. And I just want to connect with you guys. But I just want to say hello to you all and thank you for being here. I love this full moon energy. This is so, so powerful. I can't explain to you the things that I'm feeling today. Maybe you guys can see it, but it's huge. Yeah. It's meant to be very huge. This one and the next one, okay? It's a perfect time for setting intentions. What am I doing tonight? I'm going to take the list of manifestations that I wrote down, my intentions that I wrote down on a piece of paper in the new moon. I've had them under my pillow for this entire moon cycle, and I'm going to take them outside. I'm going to read them out loud. I'm going to create the vibration of them, and then I'm going to burn them in a holy fire in my fire pit. But I'm going to use the holy fire energy. I'm going to channel the Legion of Light to activate these things in my realm. And I am releasing what no longer serves me. I'm releasing what holds me back from manifesting these things. Okay? Not just things, energies and feelings and ways of being. Happiness and freedom is on my list. The freedom to move about, the freedom to move, the freedom to be just as I am, the freedom to trust myself, the ability to trust myself. There's so many things on there that are energies and not just things. So tap into the energy of that and do that tonight. You can do that for the next couple of days. What they're showing me here is this void. Okay. I don't see it as a void. As I was just talking about the new moon, this one came out and this energy looks like the new moon to me. Take advantage of this next new moon or this moon cycle. Okay. Feminine energy is so powerful right now. You can tap into it and create the reality that you want, create the life that you want, create the support network that you want. For some of you, this is a manifestation. Some of the things that I've said are things that you were thinking about. Thank you, Mel. 10, 10. Yes, fucking 10. God love you. Thank you, Mel. The Hawk's Nest is a manifestation of the group of people that you've been looking for. It's your manifestation. Go over there and connect with those people. Okay. I'm 1010 reminded me again that Lloyd and I are teaching a Reiki course next weekend, 1010, on the 1010 portal. There's a lot of energy leading up to the 1010 portal also, a lot of release. 10 is the number of completions, cycles completing. And when it's on both sides like that, when the number is doubled like that, the energy is amplified. I also see it as divine masculine, divine feminine energy. So there are cycles being completed in both areas. So distorted masculine energies are being purged. So are distorted feminine energies. And so divine masculine is stepping up more as the divine feminine steps up more as well. So If you have ever been called to do Reiki, if you have ever been called to learn more about it, to be attuned to the Reiki energy, I have 2 more spots left for the class. I'm going to be in England at the time with Lloyd. I'm going there next Thursday. And there's something about he and I being connected in the physical, transferring that union energy into a sacred space that holds people's evolution. The Holy Fire Reiki is a game changer. So if you've been considering that, go over to my website and just click on classes. You can at least read about it. Okay. All right. I'm going to pull another couple ones. Hi, Romeo. Brooke said major spirit chills. Yes. God love you. Change. The change. I was just hearing the change. Things are changing. I was just talking about the number 5 card too, or the number 5 and the energy of change. There are things in your life that you need to change. Okay? You know it. The energy of blame and shame is what I hear needs to change. People shaming you is a reflection. People blaming you is a reflection of you blaming yourself or the shame program that you have running within you. Oh, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate you. Thank you for all you share with us. You're welcome. It's my job. There's something that needs to change. For some of you, this has to do with the change of life. I see all the red that's in here right now, and sometimes it has to do with shifting into this new way of being as a woman, shifting in through the change of life. So for some of you, it has to do with your, we were talking about your cycle with the full moon and everything. Some of you, it has to do with your cycle ending. And I was talking about karmic cycles ending. For some of you, literally, it's your cycle ending. So shifting into that new role that you play. You have a new role now, okay? It's like crone energy. For some of you, this is root chakra stuff. There's a change happening in your root chakra. There's something. Look at Linda. There's a lot of activity. There's a lot of electricity in, where's my camera? In the moon energy up there. It's like you're being activated to, that's a major activation right there. Open yourself up to the activation in this full moon. To removing fear. What are you so afraid of? What are you so afraid of? Why are you afraid to trust yourself? Why are you afraid to trust yourself? Why are you afraid to trust other people? Why are you afraid to trust the masculine? Why are you afraid to trust the feminine? Why do you not trust yourself? Your intuition, your knowing. There are programs that are being removed from your root chakra, even through me just saying this right now, that are getting out of the shame programs. It's the shame programs that are in your root chakra. I have a healing that I did for the root chakra. It's over on Vimeo if you guys are interested. I did Lloyd and I did one together, actually. It was a light language, I think, and it's been a while, but they're reminding me about that one over there. Oh, Lissa, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Asha, thank you too. Purity. So Alyssa, this one came out as I was saying thank you to you. So I have a feeling this one has to do with you specifically, but it's all of you, obviously. Look at the way she's surrendering. Look at the way she is honoring that moon up there. She is completely opening her heart, opening herself up to her divinity. That's what this is. The removal of whatever energy blockages, it's a shame program from your root chakra, is opening you up to complete surrender to the feminine, to your knowing, to your powers, to your gifts. You are the embodiment of divine feminine Christ energy, sent here to anchor that into the earth. It's time for you to know that you are limitless. We are all doing that right now. That's our role, okay? This is really beautiful. And that shame program is connected to sexual trauma in the past. It's connected to many lifetimes of sexual trauma. You are being activated to the remembrance of what a pure divine being you are. They're reminding me also of the implant. For some of you, there's an implant in your root chakra that tells you that you were born a sinner. You were born into original sin. And this is my belief system. These are the messages that I have received. So take whatever resonates for you. But the story of original sin and it being the woman's fault, the story itself is the original sin. That is where we were implanted with shame, with the shame programming. That if we hadn't eaten of the tree of knowledge, that we wouldn't have to suffer, that we wouldn't have to repent for our sins, that we wouldn't have painful childbirth, that we wouldn't have all of these things if we had just not sought out the knowledge of the gods. That story is the original sin, and that's what's being removed. If you accept it now, it is being removed. I have the codes of that because I've removed it for myself as well. The truth that I speak, my truth that I speak, if you accept that into your being, if you resonate with it, the codes of healing are going straight to your root chakra right now, and the holy fire is burning off any kind of shame resistance. The shame is what holds you from understanding your purity and the divinity, and that's the source of the separation program. You separating from your divinity, your goddess divinity. That's where it started for a lot of you. That was powerful. Whoa. So Alyssa, I don't know if that applies to you or not. I'm sure that's for everybody, but whew, that was powerful. Thank you for that. Thank you for bringing that in. Okay. That was your energy brought that in. Your energy brought that out. So I really appreciate that. Karen Sheridan, thank you so much for your donation. I just saw that one up there too. I appreciate you guys so much. Julie, thank you. Any twin flame encouragement for healing? Let's pull one for that. I know that's always on our minds. Any kind of, there's one in here too that I want to pull out. This is the Power of Surrender Oracle deck. My light is really bright tonight. My light is very bright tonight. What is it that we need to surrender towards the healing? So all of this is twin flame encouragement also. You and your divine feminine energy, as you step into your purity, as you remove any kind of shame programming, it's like that is the depth of distorted masculine energy being removed from your womb, really, from your core, the core of who you are. You're rooted in these shame programs in the first place. So that all goes towards our twin flame union, to our twin flame connection, because our divine masculine energy is in our root chakra. All of our lower chakras are masculine energy. So as we clear through and start to trust ourselves and really lean into our feminine energy and allow our emotions to guide us, so that happens within our connection too. It's when we experience shame from other people, it activates the wounded feminine within us. And the wounded feminine shifts into distorted masculine energy. That's where distorted masculine energy comes from for us. It's the wounded feminine. She feels a need to protect herself. She feels the need to exert herself. She feels the need to be heard. She feels the need to bust out of these boxes that people have put her in, but she does it in a very forceful way in order to be heard, or she holds herself back. She stops communicating in order to protect herself from the world around her. There's all that witch programming from lives of being a heretic or being persecuted for being a witch. That wounded feminine energy manifests as distorted masculine. So when we lean into the feminine and we take care of her and we honor her and we heal her wounds and we cherish and worship her the way that she's supposed to. I just heard I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. The projection of distorted masculine energy on all men is not okay. That shame program is not okay to be projected on them all the time, because a lot of that is coming from distorted feminine energies, wounded feminine. So the more we can focus on her and taking care of her and honoring her, taking care of yourself, letting your intuition guide you, making decisions according to your emotions, allowing your emotions to work through you, doing the shadow work, but not attaching to those, releasing them constantly, constantly releasing them and flowing with the energy of life. There's a change that needs to happen with the way that we release things. This card came out underneath of the acceptance card too. The more that we accept cycles in life and beginnings and endings, the more that we are able to flow with our own divine energy and not hold on to densities, not hold on to blockages that come up. That shame program leaving is us taking ownership of our distorted masculine energies that we have put on other people, the projections that we have put on other people in defensiveness, feeling as if we need to defend ourselves. We project on other people and it's all their fault and they're the ones that are being assholes to us, and I didn't say anything. They're the ones that were acting a certain way. But we have to start taking responsibility for our energy, for our role in contributing to and reacting to their trauma energy or whatever that was. We have the choice now to flow with it, allow it, transmute it, and not attach to it. Surrender your addictions. This is the one that came out for Twin Flame words of encouragement. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you for your donation. Marianne, I saw yours too. Thank you so much. Surrender your addictions. So a lot of times this is codependency. That's what I'm hearing right now. Codependency on your twin flame. Codependency on other people to validate you. That's part of the feminine wounding. That because of the programs that we have so deeply rooted within us, we rely on other people for our validation. We are trying, and so that's how it comes out in distorted masculine energies a lot of times too, is we are trying to convince other people of these energies that we feel, the things that we know, the truth of things, our truth. They want me to give you an example. So you're with your twin flame or with your person or whatever, and you can tell from them that they're irritated. You can just feel that energy. You're a very psychic, very intuitive person, and you are tapping into your senses, and you can feel the energy of irritation. You can feel the irritation in them. Even though they didn't say anything, even though they didn't do you that, you can feel that. And so bring it up. You say, why are you so irritated? And to reveal that their energy is their energy, and they weren't trying to reveal that to you. It's just that you are super sensitive to it, and so you bring it up. And what it does is you're actually tapped into there's something in their subconscious that was triggered. You may have said something, or the situation may have triggered a subconscious energy for them. Their 11-year-old always gets irritated just like that. He's got a really short temper. And you can feel the energy of his inner 11-year-old. Not necessarily him now. You can feel the energy of his 11-year-old. Now, there is probably a time period where if nothing had been said or it hadn't been brought up, he would have worked through it. He would have just naturally kind of transmuted it in some sort of way. But because we brought it up, because we feel it, and we have to say what it is that we're feeling, we have to know that what it is that we're feeling is valid, because we feel it. It's like we don't want to be blindsided, right? We just want people to be real. That's my thing. I've always wanted these people to be real, and I can feel the energy of you underneath of that. Why don't you just be real? They don't always realize that subconscious energy is there. They are being real and true to themselves now, but that underlying energy is a subconscious energy that has been triggered in their field. And if they don't access it, if it's not activated, it may not come to fruition. It may just get dispersed, or it will result in a situation that actually does bring forth that irritation. There are some times where because you brought up that energy, you are the manifestation of that energy. You have brought that energy forward, and now you are representing that energy for them. You mirror shadow back to them by bringing it up. They are not always ready for it. They are not always ready to face those demons or that subconscious energy or whatever it is that happened to them when they were 11 years old that made them short-tempered all the time, their father beating them all the time, their father's short temper being programmed into them with his fists. He is not always ready to address that. And sometimes because we have a fear that there's something else going on, or we can feel the energy of that underneath, we think that that's the real them, and we want to bring out the real them so that we don't feel scared and unbalanced and unsafe. So sometimes it has to be about understanding our role in some of these situations and taking ownership of how we feed into their triggers sometimes. Sometimes they are actively saying these things, or they're actively irritated. And because their subconscious energy has now come here into their channel and they're channeling it, it taps into our subconscious energy, and then we end up getting triggered and we end up channeling it too. And then it's just this battling, this bashing back and forth of shadow energy. We have the ability, we have the awareness, we have the sight, we have the feminine energy to be able to observe that energy in them and not connect in with it. We can feel that trigger energy coming on, and we can choose to separate from it. We have the tools that we need to be able to do that. So taking ownership of our role in that, and not just blaming them because they were snappy or they were irritated or they are the ones who like got angry and whatever it was. Taking ownership in our role in that is really, really important. That was a really long tangent, but they wanted me to go through all of that with you. That is a very specific situation that you guys may not resonate with that, but a lot of you, that's how twin flame triggering happens. It's this, we're tapped into each other's subconscious energy, and it comes out in triggered energy. For a while, it was all meant to be. We were supposed to bring up these shadows in each other, but it's time to move into a phase where we don't need to bring those shadows out in each other anymore. We are capable of tapping into our senses, sensing that from them, but knowing that it will come out when they are ready for it to come out. We are safe. It's just mirroring something back to us about our subconscious energy. So what we can do is use that as a tool for our own healing and not project it out anymore. We don't need them to be our projector. We don't need them to be like the actor in our play to show us our own wounds. We can see that for ourselves now. If you guys need help with that, if you need help tapping into your senses and your psychic abilities in that way, learning how to resist those trigger urges, book a session with me, go to my website down in the box below, and let's dig into that for you so that you can master those things too. It's time to master. It's time to master our addictions. Declare sovereignty from those addictions taking you over. Those addictions taking you over are really just subconscious energies. They are not you. They are past versions of you, reminding you of why you leaned into addiction before, why you were codependent before, why you felt the need to escape into drugs or alcohol or sex or whatever it was. You were escaping something. We don't escape now. We don't need to. We can see that energy right there. For so long, you were trying to escape this energy that you felt there that you couldn't see. There's so much fear in the things that we can't see. But now we can see that and separate ourselves from that and really look at it and say, I see you. I'm here for you. I resonate with you. I am you. I got you. I'm a higher vibrational being. I am a much higher vibration than you are, but I'm you. And so this is your future. Just know that it's okay right now. What I'm doing is okay. You don't need to fear the things that I'm doing. The light that you are becoming, the light that you're stepping into, the downloads that you're receiving trigger the fear in your subconscious energy, in your inner child, and you scare the shit out of her. So she comes here and she's like, no, no, no. Whoa, 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 whoa. What you're doing is really scaring me. And it's creating all this fear. And she tries to take you over. And that's when you feel doubt. That's when you can't trust yourself. That's when you feel resistance. That's when the flow stops for you. That's when momentum stops for you. All you have to do is bring yourself back into this body again, this being, this now moment. You are not ruled by those addictions or that subconscious energy anymore. We have the power to see that through our emotions, through tapping into our senses. You guys are such powerful beings, and you have the ability to see your divine connection, your twin flame connection in a new light now. You're being activated to a new light. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. Whew, that was so, this energy today is so powerful. There's something in my notes, and again, the music went off, and I just heard the song, I just heard The Day the Music Died. So the day the music died, there's something about the day the music died, but there's something in my notes for my channeling today that they're wanting me to look at. Being a witness. Okay, we are seers, okay? Some of us are, when we tap into our senses, our psychic senses, we have psychic senses that are more dominant than others. For some of you, your seer abilities and you're knowing, those of you that are tapped in and are kind of puzzle piecers like I am, you take this message and this one, and there's that on the book, and there's this message over here, and Romeo's licking himself. I'm sure that's part of the message. He's bathing himself, taking care of himself, giving himself a salt bath. Do that if you don't do that enough. See, it's part of the message. For those of you that are seers in that way, we are meant to bear witness. We are meant to be witnesses. Mary Magdalene has been showing me that she's kind of like using me as an example and wanting to like smack me on my wrist because I have not been putting myself out there enough. I have not been bearing witness enough. My energy has the light codes of divinity, of heaven on earth, of union, of united Christ energy. Okay? She was meant to be the witness, to pass on those codes, to pass on those messages after the story of Jesus' death. And it's almost like she is telling me to get out there and be a witness, bear witness to the Christ energy. What is the Christ energy? God, they're going deep today. The Christ energy is God, the very, very kind of masculine energy, God the Father, as a lot of people know it, and the goddess, Sophia, the feminine energy. The union between the two of those is the Christ energy. God, goddess, both of them together in the middle there is this powerful force. If you put your hands together like this, you can feel the heat. You can feel the energy in between them. That space is so powerful and electric. That's where Christ energy is. And we are here. There is the divine feminine Christ, and there is the masculine Christ. We are meant to anchor union, the union of both of them into this realm, into this new earth. I am meant to anchor those and to pass on the codes of those, through the union of me and my divine feminine or divine masculine here and in the physical. That's why he and I are sharing ourselves. That's why he and I are teaching this Reiki course. That's why we're actually doing it together, to come together in the physical as a united force as much as we can right now. He can't even travel here right now. I have to go there But there's something about being the witness and passing on the codes of that energy, that union energy that I have come into, that I understand the way that I understand Christ energy right now. It's not just my union with my twin flame. It is my connection with the God that I have been blocking and scared of and shamed into disconnecting from my entire life. I channeled a light language this evening too, that as I was speaking it, I was just crying and sobbing because it was so powerful and it was so beautiful. And I was talking to Lloyd about it at the time too. I was channeling with him, and he said that it was my feminine surrendering, accepting in the love of God again, accepting that I am the energy of God and Goddess and union. I am the energy of union, and completely surrendering to that. I'm going to put that light language out as a healing. I'm going to do another video with it and just put that on. It's only like it's actually 5:05. That's how long the recording was from that. I'm going to put that out there for you guys too. It has codes of union in it. I just can't wait to share that with you. So it's the same thing for you guys too. You are meant to bear witness. You're meant to be the witnesses. You're meant to be the seer for other people. So when I say creating these circles, creating these divine feminine soul circles, that union is the union that you are meant to bear witness of. Your sacred sisters, divine feminine Christ sisters. That's who you're uniting with, and that's who you are meant to bear witness to be a seer for. If they need readings, if they need your sight, if they need your guidance, being there and offering yourself of service to those of you, those united force, that circle. Okay, we do so much of that in the Hawk's Nest already without even realizing that that's what we're doing. But coming into union and allowing yourself to surrender to that divine feminine energy in other people too, connecting with that is a very, very powerful. It's our role right now. We need to surrender to that first wave of unions first before that second wave of union, our divine counterpart union, comes into play. Okay? If you haven't seen that video, the Mary Magdalene video that I did last year, go back and watch that now too, because it has seeds in it, seeds of activation, seeds that need to be planted, or they were planted back then. Even if you saw it back then, go back and watch it again. I need to go back and watch it again, because there are activations in it that are meant for right now, especially now for when this veil is very thin. There's something about the spiders too. There was something about spider webs they were showing me in that video, and spiders have been showing up a lot for me in the last couple of days. So I know that it has to do with that. It has to do with the web of life. It has to do with the web of light, they're telling me. And if you notice, this kind of looks like a spider on here also, her mask, the appearances, tapping into the energy of your web of connection, your web of connectivity with all of these people in order to help remove the mask, the addictive masks. Having this mask on is very addictive because it feels safe back there. It feels very safe. It's time to create those support networks between each other that allow us to feel safer without them on. That's where we resonate. That's where we are powerful. That's where we are just like such ancient divine beings. There's so much ancient wisdom right now being spewed. Oh gosh. There's something else in my notes. Let me just give me 1 second and let me look in my notes. So this legion of light that I've been channeling today, they told me that it is a galactic race of rainbow. It's like a rainbow race. They operate off of, or they appear as array of rainbows. And the Reiki that I do has always appeared to me as a rainbow. Like the Reiki that comes off my hands, I have always seen it as a rainbow. And so I kind of call it rainbow Reiki sometimes too. It's the energy of them. They are a galactic race, a legion of so we were talking about the Pleiadians showing up as the blue ray. There's the Pleiadians, there are the Arcturians, there are the Lyrians, there are many other ones. And to me, it appears as if it's like a representative force, one of each of them coming into union, uniting the cosmos through the ray of all of the colors together. That rainbow energy is union energy, and it is a united force, a cosmic united force being anchored down here on Earth also through the vibration of the rainbow. The rainbow is a reflection of prism energy, pure diamond, crystalline light. Okay, so now what they're telling me is the crystalline core of the Earth is a reflection of, and when you combine it with water vapors and the sun, it creates this rainbow effect. Okay, so now they're talking about the elements, they're talking about water, they're talking about sun, the combination of all of these things, the alchemy of all of those things. Water represents feminine, the sun represents masculine. So when you combine all of those things along with this grounded earthly being in our bodies, we are creating and anchoring the energy of rainbow. They are a galactic race of rainbow, and you are rainbow warriors. You are the rainbow warriors. You guys know what that is. If you don't know what that is, look up that prophecy, the Hopi prophecy of the rainbow warriors. We are meant to all come together now. It's time to come together. Lloyd and I have been just getting so many visions too about our work and guiding people on quests, vision quests, and intuitively guided rainbow quests in very spiritual sites, starting in England. I have no idea when this is going to happen. I don't even know why I'm telling you guys about this, but it's in order to compile the union of rainbow warriors too. So there's the union of us again. This is a galactic race. It's a combination of all of them. It's a combination of a lot of them. A Kananda nation. Oh, this energy is just, I can't even explain to you the joy and the light and the groundedness and the peace that I feel in this wave of energy that's coming through right now. I would not be surprised if there is major stuff happening with the Schumann resonance today. Major solar flares, solar waves. I have no idea. I haven't been paying attention to all of that, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's what's happening right now. So like any other time when we download light like this, that light comes into our channel and it's got to go somewhere. And what it does is it stirs up the lower vibrational energy that can't reside there anymore because the higher vibrational light needs to go there. So it brings that out and it stirs it up and it brings it out into our field. And so it is going to bring forth situations that are reflecting the energy of what it is that we're releasing. Just know that it is being released. We don't need to attach to it. It's going to bring up anger in you and in other people. It's going to bring in shame situations where normally you would have reacted in a certain way and you would have projected or you would have done this. Separate yourself from it, observe it, and just know that you're transmuting it. It's only coming up so that it can leave your field. That's beautiful. Just don't attach to it. These situations are going to come up with the massive amounts of light that are being downloaded in the next month. They're going to continue to come up. That's what Lloyd was getting to, that there's going to be tower after tower after tower. Don't allow it to be defined as tower. Don't allow those moments to rock your world so much that everything is completely just like a shit show. It doesn't need to be. We embrace that change. Let's embrace every one of those towers as the Fool card. Everyone, we're going to shift the tower now. Let's shift the tower card to the Fool card. This is a new beginning. That tower is coming down, and the purpose of it is so beautiful. We are building something new, from a very solid foundation, as we have cleared our root chakra of the densest shame programming that we could ever see. We see it now. We see you. And I'm taking a leap of faith. I'm jumping off the cliff with the Fool. Okay? I'm not allowing it to be a tower moment. I'm not going to allow those tower moments. We can do that. We can choose that. And if we need help with that, we reach out to each other in order to do that. If we need to transmute this angry energy, don't do it with the person who is angering you. Remove yourself from that energy. Remove yourself from that subconscious energy that has triggered yours. You would be amazed at how much better you would feel if you stop texting that person or you stop engaging with them. Don't engage, disengage. And then go and talk to a divine feminine sister about it. Transmute it, express it, get it out. And you're not doing it in a triggered way because the person that you're directing it towards, that's not the object of it. And so it's not landing there as anger towards them. Allow yourself to purge it in a healthy way outside of that situation and lean on each other. Okay, I just saw Soul Sister is on here. I just saw that name right there as I was saying all of that. And so leaning into our soul sisters right now, union energy, lean into your unions. That's how we transmute that. Look at the power coming off of their hands. This is like coven energy. This is a big deal. Does that make sense? I love you guys. I really love you. Okay, so one of the other things that came out, the vibration of truth. When we are the truth and the light. The light, our light bodies, our high vibrational light is the truth. We bear that same truth. Our innermost being is the truth of all that is. And that's coming out more and more and more. The more that we purge, the more that we peel these layers away, the more that truth is coming out, as within, so without. The truth is coming out there also. When the truth comes out, when you are the energy of your highest vibration in whatever situation you are, the program, this shame program, kicks in this other person or in you, in this other person, in order to draw them away from that light. Those forces out there do not want that truth, the energy of light, to be spread to those other people. And so their subconscious energy is activated. They get into trigger energy. They get into shame energy. They shame you. They guilt you. You don't trust yourself. And then you dim your light. This program is genius in a really fuck you kind of way. It's genius. But now we can see it. We see this program. Watch how when you speak your truth or you are your truth, it triggers other people. We are meant to transmute that energy. We're not meant to tap into their fear and that shame program and those fear programs. We're not meant to anymore. We see it. We're removing that. We don't need to tap into it. We can just observe it. We know that their anger activation is just debris leaving the field. It just needs to be transmuted. That's all. That's our role as light workers. And there's so many other light workers coming online right now that we have the support of our buddies. We have the support of light beings anchoring down here in our realms to help transmute all of that. We're not doing it alone. This loneliness, it's an illusion. We are not alone. We are not doing this alone. We are all transmuting all of these things together. I am doing all of this with you guys too. Lloyd and I were just fighting for like 3 days because this anger program came up, this trigger energy in me came up, and I was meant to see how I was tapping into his subconscious energy and trying so hard to bring it to the light. I was trying to bring it forward, even though he wasn't feeling it at all. I sensed it. I saw it. I could see that it was there. I fear the unknown, and so I need to bring it to the light. I need to bring it up. I need to bring it up. He wasn't even feeling it. I was put into that situation in order to show how I am able to now detach from it, to accept my role in the fact that sometimes I bring forth these shadows and this subconscious energy when it's not ready to be brought up yet. Sometimes it will just naturally come up and in a much easier, much less resistant way, work its way out of the field. But my forcing it to come to the light was just creating really dense, really trauma programming. I was meant to see that. And so I'm constantly processing things too, as you guys are. We are all in this together, and I am part of your Sister United tribe. This is our rainbow tribe. So that shame program kicks in when your truth is, when your light is powerful and when you are being it. So you can rest assured that if you trigger somebody else, or if you anger somebody else, or whatever it is, that you are in a very high vibration at that time. If it just comes out of nowhere, if you're just being yourself and you're not like trying to goad them, or you're not trying to do this or that, you can detach from that. You can just say, okay, I'm in my truth right now. I'm in my truth. And my truth may be that it's too much for them right now. It may be that I need to back off just a little bit because they are not quite ready for that. It says nothing about you. It just means that you're in your truth at that time. It means that it's okay to just be and not have to actively be in putting it out there and being in other people's faces or forcing our truth, or it's all distorted energy. We just need to be it. We need to be it, to see it, to transmute it, and not force it. There's no more resistance. The path of least resistance is the way to go right now. Always. Thank you so much to my client today. She had said something. She gave me so many just like seeds. There were just so many messages that she had given me that, Leslie, thank you so much. She was talking to someone about truth. No, she was talking to somebody about shame. And he asked her, what's the opposite of shame? And she said, truth. And right away it was like, oh, there's the shame program. Oh, all of these things came together. I just saw the connectivity between our truth, the way and the light, how the light is the truth, and how it triggers the shame programming. It triggers it. So anyway, thank you for that. My clients are just so much. All right. 33 in the chat. Yes, 33 is such a divine number. It is Jesus. It's Jesus energy. It's the Legion energy. Okay? There's something else that I was channeling with Lloyd too that they're wanting me to tell. The rainbows are leading the way. Okay? That's one of the questions that Lloyd asked is to the Legion that I was channeling is, what does union look like in the 3D? It's such a juicy question for a lot of you. And what they answered was, it looks like rainbows. The rainbows are leading the way. The rainbows are leading you. So whether they're referring to the rainbow warriors, the rainbow people, those warriors, those warriors who have come into union, who are establishing these unions, they are leading the way. They are going to be showing you what it looks like in the 3D. Lloyd and I are going to be showing you what it looks like in the 3D. What does our relationship look like in the 3D? What does a twin flame union look like here in the 3D? We've been guided to put ourselves out there more, to connect more on here with you, to answer questions, to really bear witness and show ourselves in that way, and the energy of our 3D connection. It's important to pass that information on and the codes of that on too, because divine unions in the 3D are so important too. Establish your soul family, your divine feminine unions first, and then the counterpart connections are coming next. That's the next wave of unions that's coming through. Okay. I love you guys. Just fucking love you. Lori said, union is everything I could ever dream of. He loves me for me, opens the door for me, hugs me all the time, and can't get enough hugging and kissing. The energy of that feels so pure, and I resonate with that so much. One of the things that I love so much about my connection with Lloyd is that he just loves me so much. It's just, he's so vulnerable, and the depth that he loves me, it's just like there is nothing that he wouldn't do for me, or the way that he looks at me, the way that I can't even describe it really, but you could probably just see it on my face. It is becoming more than I ever dreamed. The dreams that you have about union are based off of old belief systems too. It is so much more than that. It is so much more grounded than that. It's so much more grounded and ethereal at the same time. It's becoming more and more and more than I ever knew that it could be. The more that I grow into it, the more that I grow into my own, and the more awareness that I have, the more that I expect the unexpected, the more that I step into the portals and just surrender over and over and over again. His love makes me surrender all the time, over and over again. He's such a steady force of knowing and sacred divine space that I just keep leaning back into it over and over again, no matter how much I want to push it away, no matter how much fear I step into, no matter how much the shame program kicks in and I try to shame him and push him away from me. He's just like such a force of nature. That's the way that it is. That's the way that it is. And you guys all have that in you. You have that force of divine masculine energy within you. We are building that in each other right now. I can't wait to show you more, and we will be together more in the physical to be able to reveal that to you. We're hoping to do a live together or do a video together while I'm in England next week. I'm only there for a week this time, and so it's really hard for us to tear each other away from each other and share ourselves with other people because we're so like selfish about it. Just want you on me all the time and around me all the time and absorbing as much of it as we can. But we are going to try to connect with you guys too. Okay. Oh, Soul Sister, thank you so much. She said, your authenticity is incredible. I thank the universe for you through this journey. Thank you so much. And I'm so thankful for you guys too. You are one of probably 4 or 5 people in last week, a couple of my clients I was in touch with that said the exact same thing. And they used that exact same word, the authenticity, my authenticity. So what that is that you guys are seeing is my divine soul. It's my divinity. It's our divinity. It is that divinity that I'm drawing off of, that I'm channeling, that I surrender to, that I allow myself to channel, that I am. I'm connecting in with all that is, and that is so real. That's what's real. That love, it is pure love, authentic, deep, intimate love that you are sensing from me. And that is what I meant. The codes of that are what I'm meant to transfer to you guys. That's what I'm bearing witness to. I am so deeply moved when someone picks up on that authenticity. When you see that, you are so close to it. You're so close to embodying that for yourself too. Let that light in you shine in this same way. That real, underneath the mask, that feeling that we're searching for, that's what we're searching for. That authenticity is what we are tapped into, what we're able to tap into. I am here for you guys. I am a servant to you. I am here to help you. Book a session with me and we will do this for you too. That authenticity is contagious. It's a virus that we need to spread. A love virus. That's what, that authentic love virus, that's what we need to spread through each other. When you absorb that from me, when you are activated to it, when I am your seer, when I sit down and I see things for you in order to activate you, you then are immediately emitting those activations and that awareness out through your light body to other people. It's almost an instantaneous, authentic reaction, an electrical impulse that's sent out to other people, and that love vibe is sent out and strengthens this authentic energy that you feel, the God energy, the Goddess energy, the Christ energy. That authenticity is Christ. That's what that is. I've never been able to define it that way before, but you saying that just triggered that awareness in me and the ability to put to words, to try to put to words, the energy of the channel that I feel. This power, this powerful light, what it is that the light feels like. What does love feel like? What does union feel like? You see it on my face? That authenticity is union. This is the one that came out. Action. Action. And action is masculine energy, right? So the embodiment of masculine energy is what you're seeing in me too. Look at the way that, I don't know if you can see this card with this light or not. Let me move that real quick. Look at the way that she's really just surrendering to the movement of the universe, the action of the universe, the masculine energy, divine masculine energy in the universe. That action is flow. It is free of resistance. It is the path of least resistance, leaning into what feels good. The dream, you're letting yourself be guided by flow and by your feminine energy. That's what leads to inspired action. Inspiration leads to inspired action. Okay? If you guys have not been, if you have never listened to Abraham Hicks or you've never tapped into Abraham Hicks, I would suggest that for you. If it's been a while since you listened to it and we've been in all of these denser energies, I encourage you to go back and start listening to her videos again, her teachings, read her books, whatever it is. Get back into the flow of that momentum again. It's going to help you to manage. Also go over and subscribe to Lori Ladd on YouTube if you haven't already. She is a really, really amazing force right now. That the way that she describes things, the words, the way that she puts to words, the energy that she's getting and the things that we're going through as light workers, it's a very powerful visual tool for you to resonate. I resonate so deeply with her right now, and so I suggest that for you if you don't already follow her. Okay, there was something else that I was going to say. Something about me being your seer. I'm your seer. I am here for you. I am in service to you. I've opened up private readings too, recorded private readings that I wasn't doing before. I stopped offering that as a service, but twin flame readings, and if you're not ready for a one-on-one session, or if you don't have the time for it, or if you can't put it in your schedule or whatever it is, I've opened up the option for recorded readings again too. As they come in, I try to get them out as quickly as I can. Sometimes it takes maybe 2 weeks, but it's all in divine timing. You'll get it exactly when you need it. So I just wanted to let you know that I've opened those up too. I'm going to be offering more workshops in the next couple of weeks. More Reiki classes too, and there's a lot coming up for your expansion and to give you the tools that you need to be able to work through these energies. Yeah. That was like, yeah, no, that was it. All right, guys, I love you so much. I'm so happy to connect with you. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to connect more personally with you in the chat. I'm going to stay on here for just a couple more minutes. If you guys have anything in the chat that you want to talk about, we can do that right now. This is the end of like my intentional video. So if there's any of you that it's been an hour and a half already, I can't believe it. You can drop off now if you want to. If there's anybody watching this later, if you've made it this far in the video, and I want you to put a heart, three, mind, body, and spirit, heart emojis in the comments below. None of you guys that are here right now. I'm just kidding. You can do it too. And I'll pick a couple of people to just pull a couple of cards for right there in the comments, just to say thank you for making it this far. You guys in the chat too, especially, thank you so much for being here this entire time. I love you guys so much. And like I said, I'll just answer a couple of questions in the chat. But if you're dropping off now, thank you for being here. I love you so much. And I'll talk to you guys soon, okay? Thumbs up. Make sure you guys hit the like button too. Like, share, subscribe, pass the message on. If there are people that you think will benefit from the activations in this video, that's what's happening too. You guys are being activated. Share it with them and get them to get on board too, okay? I know the time always goes so fast for me, especially when I'm in a channel. Like, I don't exist within a linear time space. It's all... I'm in another dimension when I'm channeling in this way for you guys. So, and for me. So I totally agree with you. It never feels like, that's why I looked up and it was like an hour and a half. Didn't I just say that it was 4:44 on the timer? Oh, Kat, hi. I'm so happy you're here. I think I saw your name go by a little bit earlier too. I'm so glad you're here. Kat took our Reiki course, our first Reiki course that we did together, and it was so magical. And her expansion since that class has been ridiculously magical too. Thank you. Celinda, thank you. I am a humble servant to you guys. I give so much of my time, but this is for me too. All of this is for me too. So I absorb so much from you guys throughout this entire thing. And the download of this information, so much of this came a little bit earlier, but so much of this is coming right now. I've never channeled half of this stuff before, or in this way. I've never been able to put to words what it is that I've been feeling or experiencing over the last couple of weeks or whatever. So you guys are holding the sacred space for me to be able to do that. So thank you so much for that too. I wouldn't have come into this awareness and into this knowledge or been transmuting the things that I have needed to transmute this entire time without your sacred space that you guys are holding for me. So I appreciate it just as much. Thank you guys for giving me your time. I know it's not easy to sit on a live for an hour and a half or even watch this back later if you guys are watching this back later. I see readings on there that say hour and a half. I'm like, no, fuck no, I don't have an hour and a half. Even though I know that there's things in it that I should watch. So thank you guys. I love you. Annie, hi, how are you? Brooke, I just love you so damn much. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Good night. All right. Any other questions before we go, guys? I'm really just kind of absorbing your light right now, too. I see you. I hear you. I feel you. Just fucking epic. Thank you, Crystal. As are you. Karen Sheridan, thank you again. Kat said, yes, take their Reiki class. It's epic. We offer so much more in our Reiki 1 class than either one of us got in our Reiki 1 classes, and more than I think that other people are offering too. Ours is a 2-day class, and it is packed full with information and energy, and oh God, it's like so much. We are offering so much more because we feel like the Reiki 1 is so important to access and to really get to know. There's so much more information that we feel is necessary now in this time period, way more than was necessary when we first took it. But it's a culmination of all of our experience since our awakening, both of us separately. We both have had different situations and we both contribute to that and add that into the Reiki experience. 2 different Reiki masters with 2 different lineages, 2 different experiences. And coming together in union in order to pass on that energy, that Reiki energy in such a powerful way. If you are considering it at all, go over and take it. I have 2 spots left for that. Okay. All right, I'm going to end there with one more of these Power of Surrender cards, and we'll be all done for tonight, okay? Oh, yeah, Karen. She said, I would love to do your class, but the time in Australia is so hard to match with you, isn't it? Yeah. So the class is from 10 to 5 Eastern Standard Time, and he and I are in England at the time, and so it is, he's 5 hours ahead, so it's actually 3 to 8, 3 to 10, whatever that math is. I don't know what the time difference is. Does it matter where in Australia you are? I don't remember what the time difference is. I feel like it's like 18 hours difference or something. If you want to do the math with it's 10 to 5 Eastern Standard Time. I would love to be able to work with you. We've already got almost everybody signed up right now. It may be that maybe we can plan to gather some people from Australia who are interested in it and just hold an Australian, that time zone, Holy Fire Reiki course. I would have to see how much interest there is in it, in that time zone, but I would love to be able to work with you. Anybody that requests it. That's the role, that's one of the responsibilities of a shaman. And I have so much shaman energy in me. I have my Reiki master's words in my ears right now, that if someone requests something from you, you are obligated as a shaman to fulfill that. So if someone requests a Reiki class or, on Australia time, that's now my role. That's part of my being of service. And that means that it's in the cards also. It means it's in the cards for you, and it's in the cards for other people that are in Australia who are needing that from us. So I have kind of a duty to answer that call, and I'm more than happy to try to set that up somehow with you, okay? All right, one last card. What is it that we're surrendering right now in this full moon? Yes! Surrender to your full power. Damn right. Okay, I know it's out of focus. I can't get it to focus. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. Look at the roar on this lion. Jesus always shows up to me as the lion too. And as we're talking about the holy fire energy is really, and it's really this passion and this drive and this compassion and this love and this soft kind of energy that you feel for me in my realm. I just am that Reiki energy. I am that holy fire energy. And the holy fire is like the Holy Spirit. It's Jesus. It's God. It's all that is. The holy fire is so compassionate and loving, and is what gave me access to Jesus in the first place. Jesus, as the human embodiment, heaven on earth, gave me access to communicating with him, and he's very present in this card. He activated me to my own power too, to the remembrance of my own power, and Mary Magdalene standing here with him. This is ring to the pests, and you exist in that union on some level, on some dimension. You already are that. You have already ascended to that. We're just taking our time catching up in human terms, but you already are that energy. Surrender now to the fullness of that. Surrender to it. Surrender to it. Where is it? Surrender to it. Look at the way that they're opening themselves up to it. This girl here in the middle. Surrender to the spirit of the divine within you and without you. Okay? We're anchoring that now. All right. I love you guys so much. I'll be back as soon as I can. I want to try to do this more on a regular basis, but I just do as I'm told. So hopefully I'm told to connect with you guys again on this like deeply, deeply intimate level soon, sometime very soon. I'm here if you need me. Like I said, if you've been considering booking a session with me, go over and do it. they're life altering, they're life changing. All right. Thank you, soul sister. Thank you for being there. You just made me feel found. God, love you. Thank you for saying that. Shell Wright, you're on my TV, so the chat wasn't on. Always resonate with your energy. Go back and watch it later. Watch it in sections if you need to. But yeah, talk to you guys soon, okay? Love you.